As promised, guys, today I come a little bit earlier because I have to run to the airport. And once again, this will be a really short video, but I had to come out to tell you what's happening right now is not scary. We were expecting this, and I will show you exactly what's going to happen next here over the time span of 24 hours to 72 hours with Bitcoin. Let's not waste any time and let's go. Guys, thank you so much here for tuning in on this Tuesday today. I almost thought it's Wednesday. Crazy how time is running, guys. So let's directly jump here into the CME chart. On CME, we see that the outline that I described yesterday was coming here into fruition exactly as we were talking about it. So I mentioned yesterday, expect that when we are breaking here above that level, that we are going to fill the CME gap quite quickly. And from there, I would expect a small pullback again with some consolidation before we get the next leg to the upside. So, or the second scenario would have been that we just go straight into continuation. So, but the first scenario came here into play, where we got now here a rejection from $102,650 approximately back to the price where we opened CME yesterday at $98,500. So currently we are slightly above that. We are bouncing off that level. We have here another 2.5 hours before we get the next candle. And I can tell you already, not the next candle, but the following candle after that most likely will be a reversal candle in direction back to over $100,000. Now, when we go into the spot market here on the weekly chart, so again, this weekly candle, even if it would close as it is right now here around $98,000, this would be bullish, guys. This would be then a doji candle, an indecision candle, which usually leads by the following week to a pump here to the upside. It can still happen this week. It's just Tuesday. It's pretty early to say, but from my experience, regardless where this candle is closing here, unless it closes below $95,000, we get next week a nice candle here straight to the upside. Also, the indicators are definitely pointing to that because the stochastic hits here almost the bottom. The RSI is slightly turning around already, and that is an indication for that that low here might have been the lowest point that we get to before we get then continuation. On the 12-hourly time frame, also here, the stochastic is pointing to the upside. Also here, no major change for now. The MACD is turning around. Only the RSI is pointing to the downside. That is just due to the fact, first of all, that we ran here into the next major level of resistance on the VPVR, into the EMA ribbon, and at a horizontal resistance level here at $102,700, and we got rejected from all three of them because we have three big resistance levels here and indications where sell pressure was coming from, and that's why we are going down right now. But as long as we are staying above the point of control at $97,200, there is no really anything to be concerned. That would be the first signal where I think, okay, I have to pay a little bit more attention what's going on here, because the next thing would be a move back into the low and actually break that higher low here, because you don't get mistaken here. This is a higher low, guys, because we had here a higher low, we had here another higher low. So this is potentially the next higher low. We're gonna know in another 4 or 5 candles for sure, but for now this is another higher low. And as long as we are keeping this structure here and printing higher lows, we will continue this uptrend, because see, this is an upward sloping trend line here overall, and as long as that trend is not broken, there is nothing to worry about. And you see here, we actually were actually able to pretty much touch here. So you see, that's what I mean. So technically we could come down a little bit lower and we would still have a higher low on the higher time frames. If we go down here to like $90,600-ish, it would be still a higher low if we bounce back from there and continue the upwards trajectory. I'm not saying that we're going that low, but you should be prepared that the next current 12 hours, maybe a little bit less, I would say a little bit less, would bring us back to like 96,500 approximately. So here on the 50 minutes chart, if I draw here, 96,500. So here you see there's some support that we broke first to the downside, then we broke it back to the upside. So we could come down here one more time to retest this. before we then send back to the upside. But overall, you see here, this 15 minutes bump and run pattern has nicely played out. I was expecting that we go a little bit higher, but we stopped here at a major resistance. If I go over here, you can see that. If I just hold it here, see there was a lot of resistance. So it was kind of logical to at least take some profit here, if not even close out the whole position. On the MDX algo gradients, you see also here the colorization is getting darker again and warming up. That means price is getting ready to get another leg to the upside. Unless we are breaking below the golden ratio, then we will get another green phase here into the big demand area around $92,500, $600, and also the react indicator will then turn around. But for now, I'm not seeing that. The only thing that I would like to see here is a reclaim of today's daily open at $100,300. That would definitely pave the way for a bullish continuation for tomorrow and potentially even after tomorrow. On ZoomX, guys, I'm not hiding that. The trade that I took yesterday is here $43,000 in a profit. I was already here $60,000, $70,000 in a profit. Unfortunately, when it was 60, 70K, I wasn't awake yet. Otherwise, I would have taken a profit already off the table because I would have the account back at $1 million. But you see here, I'm close, so I'm $50,000 away from being over where I was before. And I basically made it back in less than 48 hours. So I'm kind of okay. Again, guys, if you want to trade with me together on ZoomX, make sure that you sign up with the link in the description, in the pinned comment below or in the description. You have still a little bit more than 8 days to sign up here. Join my squad. I'm in the German squad, guys. Let's make here some money. Let's get a part here of the prize pool. It's so easy. There's no real competition for us. So if we play it smart here, we will definitely make some money. And don't forget that I also give away randomly $200 to someone that is signing up and joining the squad under my link. So make use of that. Now, the 4-hourly chart. Here we had previously some over-leveraged liquidity sitting here that was taken out on the way up. Here also, exactly as I explained yesterday, we came up here into the 50 moving average, but now got rejected from there. We need to come back up here in the next 4 or 5 candles to avoid a death cross. So what most likely is going to happen is the 50 will come down, the 200 will continue to go up here, and then here at this vantage point, the 50 will bounce back, bounce off the 200 moving average, bounce back to the upside, and then we are basically starting the real continuation into new all-time high here. So that is most likely what I'm seeing here. So if we are keeping that trajectory, then this will happen by Saturday. So until Saturday, we could chop around here, so then Bitcoin gets like somewhere between Thursday and Friday, a nice pump here to the upside, somewhere around $105,000, $106,000 is here is possible, and then we will come a little bit down again, then we go up, and then you see here the 50, when the 50 comes down and wants to return back to the upside, it will briefly touch or get close to the 200, turn around and continue the upwards movement. On the 2-week liquidation heat map, also here you still see the major target is above us here, highly concentrated, $107,600 approximately. This is the overall target that will most likely get hit in the next 10 days, in my opinion. So below us, we can grab the liquidity that has built up over the last couple hours, all the way down to like $97,000. But from there, I would expect a bounce back to the upside, not that we go down and liquidate now here everybody again. That has started to build a long position. I just don't see that. It was anyway caused by a news event, not really structurally was something wrong with Bitcoin. On the daily chart, also here, as long as we are above that upward sloping trend line and above the 100 moving average, there's not really something to be concerned. But also here we are running into an apex, and here by Tuesday next week, last chance, we should be above $100,000 and stay there and be back here in this trading range, and then just stay here for a while in a trading range until we break that trading range to the upside. But here also on the daily chart, you see clearly signs of a reversal with the stochastic printing a buy signal today. If price retraces a little bit later back to the upside, then the MACD will also come around, and the RSI by tomorrow most likely will also slightly start to turn around here to the upside. On Bybit, again, not going to hide that. The trades look much, much better than they looked yesterday, especially my Bitcoin trade. So I got a big chunk of my money back, which is good. I actually added a little bit more to my Bitcoin trade. When you go here, there you see, there I bought. So normally I should now buy again, but I want to wait and see if this support holds here. Because if it holds, then I'm going to buy. If it breaks, then I get the chance to buy a little bit lower. Most likely here around $95,000 or something. So, and I'm just waiting for that. Because here's also an imbalance on that 30-minute chart, as you can see here. So here's an imbalance that could get filled. And I want to get then the imbalance or the overshot of the imbalance all the way down here or close to it, where I want then to add to my Bitcoin trade. But I can tell you, once this one is turning around, it's going to print, guys. It's going to print hard. And you know me, I keep adding. And usually that works pretty well for me in this bull run. Again, also, if you want to trade with me on Bybit together, there is a link in the description below. You still get a $500 airdrop position with the link that you find in the description. And you stand a chance to win here by Sunday. Maybe one person, maybe 3 person, maybe even 5 person stand a chance to win $500 here, getting their account funded by me and Bybit with $500 that you cannot withdraw, but you can trade with, and all the profits belong to you. The only thing that you need to do is sign up there, deposit $100, and then you might be one of the lucky winners. When we're going into the Bitcoin dominance, so here you see, we did what I said yesterday. So I'm not counting that massive wick here. So this doesn't count for me, you know. So I go from the candle body, and the candle body yesterday was lower than the candle body close over here. So that means that is for me technically still a lower high, but today's candle is rampaging to the upside. So if this is not coming down at some point today here in the next 15 hours, then this might be a bad sign, and that might be a signal that we are still in Bitcoin season and that we might come here a little bit higher before we then finally break down. But I believe once this raging of that Bitcoin dominance is done here in the current phase, what's going on in the market, I really believe that this is then the turnaround and we get then our altcoin season. The total free market cap also tried here to reclaim $926 billion. Critical support level got rejected from there. It's now back at $876 billion. But also here, I see here a wick down here. As long as that wick of that current daily candle can hold, we're going to get a reversal in the next coming days. So there's no way that that we are coming all the way back down here below $800 billion. Just not seeing that unless Trump does something stupid or says again something stupid, and that leads then again to panic overall in all risk on assets and in the stock market. So here with Ethereum, I still believe it's a great opportunity to buy here at the current price levels, because that will not remain for a long time, especially when you look here on the weekly chart. The weekly chart looks like it is about to bottom out here. So first of all, I believe that move here to the downside yesterday, that was the local bottom for Ethereum. We will not go lower than that. So, and for that simple reason, on spot and also on like 2-3x leverage, I would just buy as much as I can right now here in that zone, because you don't know how long we're going to stay there. The weekly chart will turn around after this week's candle close here, with the stochastic RSI printing a buy signal, hitting the bottom. The RSI already slightly turning around. Maybe another, yeah, so in 2 weeks you have like a super clear picture of Ethereum turning around. But if the biggest opportunity to make money with Ethereum will be the next 7 days. So you want to position yourself in the next 7 days in Ethereum to be well off once Ethereum starts here running to the upside. So, and of course, the current price action does not look really bullish here. You know, we break down, we create here, I forgot the name for it, dragon candlestick pattern. Yes, so I think that was a dragon candlestick pattern. So here this dragon candlestick pattern, which means usually continuation to the downside. So yeah, we can get here a little bit lower, maybe back to like $2,500, but from there I expect another bounce. Then we have a W pattern and you get continuation to the upside also here in Ethereum. For Solana, Solana got rejected from our previous buy zone, which is fine. As long as we're holding here now above $200 approximately. So if you got in here in that trade that I had given yesterday, so you're basically plus minus at your entry, so nothing to worry about. Otherwise, we have here our stop loss in place for this trade. I'm still waiting. I haven't opened a new Solana trade just yet. I'm just waiting to see how this is playing out here. But Solana might be a little bit ahead of the curve with the indicators. So yeah, it doesn't look really that bad here. Also on the 1 hourly chart. So if we are managing to reclaim $205, we're most likely going to get continuation to the upside for Solana. So now I'm going to go really quickly through 2 free altcoins, because then I really need to run and pack my suitcase again. It's crazy what's going on. Let me just have a look here what we... Actually, Casper is at a massive discount, guys, right now. So here on the daily chart, we are still flatlining at the stochastic RSI at the bottom here. So potentially by tomorrow, you're going to get a green candle. However that green candle might be look like. But it definitely looks like that we are getting tomorrow a green candle. Here, the RSI is massively oversold. The MACD potentially tomorrow, after tomorrow, slightly turning around. But I think a good opportunity to buy might be here in that area right now, because we were for a long time not at these low prices here. So anything in that area here, in that box, is a huge spot buy opportunity for you. So because if you look at this, so this ranges from 9.2 cents to roughly 10 cents. So there's like an 8% range. That here has always held support. Even here with that big move to the downside, the candle came straight back up, and then we got massive runs always off that area. So, and here I don't expect anything less. Again, you might need to wait a week, 2, or maybe 3 weeks to get a massive pump here to the upside. But look at this. If we bounce from here only back to the last high up here, this is a 91% move. If you put 3x leverage, you make 200-300% on the money that you put in. So it's definitely worth it to do that. And that's why I also started already a little bit earlier to accumulate here in that zone. Then near the same thing. So every time when we got close here to like $2.75, we got a huge bounce back to the upside here. On the daily chart, it looks pretty similar. By tomorrow, most likely you're going to get the green candle turning around, and the first target would be the golden ratio, and that is also almost a 100% move from, yeah, okay, not anymore, but it's like a 61.5% move to the upside. Again, 2-3x leverage on that, 120-200% in the coming weeks here, and even more once we are breaking this downward sloping trend line here on the daily chart. When you look at this here, so there's actually also falling wedge pattern. I just see this. So as long as we're not breaking this downward sloping trend line here at any given moment and go below that green buy zone here, this buy order block, not really concerned, you know. So if we drop below that and we close a daily candle below that, that's where I would start selling my position and close the position in a loss, but not before that. The next one, let's look at Link quick. So Link dropped also massively down here. Should have had some orders down there. It was really not, yeah, it was not so smart to have not buy orders down here, because we went all the way down to $15 approximately. Let's have a look on the daily. Also daily looks similar like everything else. We are everywhere about to turn around back to the upside. Again, give it a day or two and you're going to see that we are most likely pumping back to like $23, $23.50. So that might be one of the coins where I personally also set up some limit orders for myself to take advantage of Link going back to the upside. So if we would break lower, I would get concerned if we break $18.30, because then we most likely go all the way back down here to like 16 cents if that's going to happen. But for now, it doesn't look like it. Everything is oversold. So good news for us. I know the last couple of days were rough, but there are better times ahead. So try to use not too much leverage. Try to keep your positions that you have and not to sell at a loss, or that you're forced to sell, and we should be fine in a week or two from now. Guys, I have to run. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, don't forget, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you with more money tomorrow.